Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. It's actually today, and for those of you who don't know, I literally just moved into my new house. If I could show you my bedroom right now, in fact, I will. It's very minimal. We don't have our bed frame yet. There's no furniture yet besides a couch and a few things. So we're doing what we can, you know? We just moved from New York to Florida, from Staten Island to Palm Beach County. And right now, my son and my partner are at the beach flying a kite. And I thought it'd be a good time to start catching up with some videos. Now, sorry, I don't want to give you too much information, but I haven't been able to upload this past week just because of moving and how consuming that is and draining, you know. On top of it, I haven't been able to upload because the internet at the place I was staying was really terrible, quite frustrating with uploading specifically. And when we got in, like, we haven't even been here a full 48 hours, and the tech was supposed to come on Friday to set up our, internet, and it got moved to Monday. So you're going to see me uploading a bunch all at once I get that go ahead. But I wanted to make this little catch-up video just to share a few things, where I've been and what's been going on and all of that, right? So I've got my cards here as well. Like I said, did I say? I kind of had a false start to this video, so sometimes I think I've already said something, but just in case I haven't, I don't want this to all be about me. That feels kind of uncomfortable. So I've got my deck. It's the Cosmic Tarot deck, and I thought we could pull a few cards to see and share something perhaps for the collective. I'm part of the collective as well, maybe myself. And kind of, just kind of go with the flow, ease into recording. This is kind of the same approach I had when I got my new office, easing into recording again and creating a new normal. So one of the first things I'd like to talk about is working with me, because there's been a little confusion with my move, and for sure, like, things have changed for me because I don't have my office like I did before and different stuff. So I do have a room in this house which is dedicated to being my office. It's totally not set up at all yet. There's just a bookshelf in there right now. But I will be able to, I won't be seeing clients at my home, I don't think that's something I would want to do, especially because I'm on YouTube, so my reach goes a little further. And, for my own safety, my family's safety, I doubt that's something I would do unless I already knew and was working with someone. But other than that, if you'd like to work with me, you can always check out my website, which is INNATE.com, and just see what I'm offering, because it does change from time to time. For example, I'm not doing one-to-one in-person sessions right now just because of, again, the move, and I got to find a new place I can meet clients at and stuff. But anything that I'm offering will always be there. It's quite difficult for me to reply to all the emails that I get because it's just overwhelming. And I'm sorry, you're going to hear the air conditioner go on. It's, Florida, it's hot. In the summer especially, I hear. But if there's ever any confusion about what I offer or what I don't, all my listings will always be on my website. Right now, I'm only working remotely, so that means that if you'd like to do Reiki training with me, we can do it remotely, which is how I work with most people anyway, even when I had the physical office. I also do like phone calls and consultations and different things like that, video calls if you want to just connect and go all over the place with a conversation. I have a book coming out, I'll mention that again, and I always have the Patreon community as well, which is another place that we can connect, get special videos that are more teaching style in a certain tier, or just community access for the group Reiki we do. I do have plans to elaborate there, to extend to a kind of questions and answers thing, or I'm still working that out. And I might do some more streaming on YouTube once I get a little more settled too, you know. Essentially right now I'm shifting a lot of my business. For now, for the time being, working less in person and more online. However, I am now open to, or new possibilities, new opportunities have come up for me to travel and connect with people. So to find out more about that kind of stuff, Instagram is the best place to find out if you really want to keep up, or I do add events to my website if you'd like to check that out as well. And I am planning a trip to basically Anaheim or Southern California in November. Oh, I just had a card pop out. I'm going to leave that there. Which I will be, it's not set in stone what I'll be doing yet, but I think I'm going to offer one Reiki level 2 class in person and one master level class in person, as well as a master teacher class. So it's kind of like the extended master class for those of you who want to teach as well. If you think that that's something you'd want to do, you would have to have Reiki 1 training first. It doesn't have to be through me, but you can work with me distance first through there, and then we can meet in person for the group classes in November. And like I said, Instagram is the best place to keep up with me for that stuff. All right. The next order of conversation that I need to share with you guys is why I have not been on Tingles anymore. I'm sure you've heard me say at most of the end of my videos how, grateful I am for the Patreon community and of course those who support on Tingles. And the reason that I have removed my content on Tingles is not because of any of the recent, or at least recent to me, information about Tingles. When they started, they approached me and asked if I wanted to be a part of it, and I thought, yes, I thought, hey, I'd want to have my content somewhere, more places than just YouTube. I think it's never a good idea to have all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. But at this point, with the shift in my career, and I just didn't feel like it was a good fit, so I do want to apologize deeply to those of you who really enjoy using that app and enjoy, the features of it. The more I think about it now that it's over, I'm not 100% sure it's a great app for creators. I think that there are a few things that they could change to make it more so, but that wasn't really what inspired me to leave. What inspired me to leave is that, I have some videos on Vimeo, which are private because they're for Patreon. Essentially, to put it in a nutshell, as a creator, I want to have control over where my content is housed. It's really important to be in control of that kind of stuff. Yes, I make a lot of videos that have ASMR, and ASMR is a major part of my channel, but it's not all of it. You know what I mean? It's not, it's more than ASMR to me anyway. I hope I can say it that way. It's more than ASMR to me. I love ASMR techniques. I love ASMR personally, and I enjoy it, and I indulge in it so often to wind myself down at night. But I don't want to be seen as a role play channel, and I don't want to be seen as only an ASMR channel. So as cringy as it sounds to call myself a brand in any way, I do have an LLC, and I do have things that I go by, right? So there is a brandness involved in it, like it or not. And the Tingles app just wasn't falling. It was kind of just splitting, it was just, I could see myself outgrowing it. So again, I do apologize for those of you who really love watching videos over there. They still have a lot of great creators over there, but I just discovered it wasn't really a great fit for me. So there's that, okay? And I do apologize again. All right, so what about you, or the collective? Let's set an intention to tap into the collective and just pull some cards so we can talk about some stuff. The move has been quite amazing. Like, I am so happy to be here. Like, I was just laying in bed, looking out the window, like, holy shit. Holy moly, this happened. We're here. We did it. Oh my God, I've never moved so far ever. Not like that. Not permanently, not with a kid and all of that stuff. So if you're worried about me, I'm doing really well, but it is taking me some time to adjust, and it's going to take me some time to adjust. But at this point, I do see the light at the end of the tunnel, we could say. So let's just, again, let me set my intention to tap into the collective, to pull some cards. Maybe for some of us might be the week ahead. For some of us it might be what's been kind of going on in the atmosphere, what we're facing, what we're dealing with. For some of us it might just be a word or a phrase that is a breadcrumb of sorts to kind of lead us down a path in our minds or chew on something. Right? Okay, just gonna do one. Traditional shuffle. Cut the deck. I'm gonna just pull, which way? This way. Maybe like 5 cards because one didn't pop up. This is like one of the only pieces of furniture that I have right now. So, got a lot of reverse cards, it looks like. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like there's a few of us in the collective that are having a really hard time making a decision. We're kind of like, yes, no, oh, wait. I think I want to do this, but maybe I don't. So it might be something to do with where you live or your job or your career or something physical that you're building, a trip you want to take or something physical, and you're just like not quite committing. And I think my speaking point here is that, you know, we're so often worried about making the wrong decision, but honestly, there is no wrong decision. There's just different paths. It's no point necessarily overdoing it and mentally thinking like, well, if I do this and then it leads to this and then it leads to the next one, what's going to happen and how is that going to play out? Or if I do this one, option B, then what will happen? And then, yeah, we need to think a little bit that way, you know, what makes sense and what doesn't, that kind of stuff. But in general, there are no wrong decisions. There's just different decisions, different options, okay? This might be some of you with relationships. Like, do I want to end it? Do I want to commit? Do I want to call it quits? Do I want to really give it another shot and like really put the effort in? And again, I think a lot of us, something coming up about time and like we don't want to waste time. That's another thing. If we're getting the lesson of the experience, we're not wasting time either. So I think my message is just pretty clear for that. Then we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. They feel kind of tied together here. You know, it's like that inner peace is not fully there because you're kind of taking away your power, so to speak, in terms of what's right, what's wrong. Maybe you're asking people opinions. Maybe you're considering what others would add or rather, excuse me, let me retrace that. What others say and what would you do? Or what would you do? Or what would be best? Let me Google that. Let me see what people said on Reddit. Let me YouTube search that and watch videos about people in the same situation. You're kind of giving your power away when you do that. If you're asking guides, if you're asking spirit, if you're asking the divine, there's something totally beautiful in that we can tap into at times. But if that's happening all the time, then you're not truly letting yourself be guided. I would say connect with your heart. Listen to it. Listen to what you want. What do you want in your life? And that will help you to make your decisions so much more effectively and smoothly. All right, then we have the 5 of Wands. I feel like you're fighting yourself here, you know? You're battling yourself, so to speak, or this other part of you, like you're kind of split in half a little bit. I don't want to use the word just split, just divided, like an inner conflict and an inner what's the word? There are things that you want that aren't supportive of each other in what you are trying to create. So that's probably what's coming up with these cards as well. I don't know, this way, that way. Let me ask someone else. Let me go outside of myself. Let me see what other people did. And I use this example a lot. And don't get me wrong, you could totally have a family and be like a digital nomad or something, you know, like that exists for sure. But just as an example, like, oh, I want to go on tour and I want to play music for people and I want to do performances, but I want a family and I want to meet someone and I want to settle down. And it's like, it's kind of, I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but just as an example, it's conflicting, you know, like they're not supportive of each other. So I would have a reflection, like, what of it that I'm trying to create now, why am I throwing everything into one pot? Let me focus on one thing at a time and then trust that everything else will kind of fall around it. Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. There's something that a lot of us want to create that's luxurious, that's the home. I feel like this is me right now with my house and the birds outside, and you know, it's not me, it could be you too. Don't mean to put myself only in there, but I like the vibes here, you know what I mean? There's a stability, there's a comfort in yourself, comfort in maturing, you know, and having nice things and being comfortable with wanting nice things. Like, it's okay to want that. It's okay to be indulge in yourself, and as you grow and as you mature, and yes, like I'm getting more wrinkles, and yes, or more smile lines, you know, and yes, my skin is not the way it was when I was 16, kind of thing. I don't know. Not the best examples here, guys, but like, isn't there a beauty in the wisdom that I've gained and the fact that like, you know, we got the place that we wanted and all this stuff. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is we are in control of who we're creating ourselves to be, and it's so much more powerful when we're like indulging in it and like feeling ourselves through it, you know. So, and then we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. Part of me wants to say it's time to take a break. It's time to stop overthinking. But I feel like there's trouble with that. I think that, you know, there's Jupiter's here. If you can see, excuse me. If you can see the sign of Jupiter right there. Jupiter just went direct not too long ago. Am I back in focus? I think so. And it's a beautiful time for expansion. There's a lot of us that were like waiting for things to happen. I think that literally like we moved in like on the day that Jupiter went direct or something like that. As an example, again, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to project myself into it, but who else am I going to talk about, right? And it was a time for rest, but now it's a time to really, to go and do it, to pick up the mental swords, to build the foundation, build the box, think of how things are going to fit together, but not in a way that's overdoing it, not in a everything on the table at once kind of thing. What are the foundations of my life that I need to think about? What are the choices that I'm trying to make? Okay, I feel torn. I feel like I get started and then I need to take a step back, or I have one foot in and one foot out, and I don't like how that feels. I'm giving away my power in a sense, not intentionally, but I'm asking other people. I'm trying to figure out what other people did so I can, I don't want to say mimic that or follow that, but just like collect a lot of information. I'm battling myself over something. There is an inner conflict that is preventing my creative nature or what I want to create, excuse me. It's preventing that. And there's a desire for this completion of really savoring life and the process of life and the beauty of grace within it, the comfort, the creature comforts. So it's not about taking this all in at once. I would say the foundations are, what do you want in your life? What lifestyle do you want? Because if you know that, it'll make your decision so much easier for you to make. Like, if someone says, like, oh, are you getting an office right now? Believe me, I want to, but for me to get one right now would have conflict of me setting up my home. Like, I can't set up an office and my house at the same time. I probably could. I shouldn't limit myself, but I'm draining my own energy then. Like, I have too many things on my mind, let's say. So if I stick to, well, what do I need in my life to have the lifestyle I want? What is that lifestyle? Well, it certainly has family, so I want to be home, at least right now, right? I know I want to travel. I know I want to connect with other people in different areas. And I know I don't want to be limited. So let me focus on those things, I want to be healthy. I want to spend time with Bamba. I want to explore the new state, the new neighborhood I moved to, and find my spots, like that kind of thing. I'm not giving you guys a great idea here. Again, putting myself way too much into it. But what are the things that are important to you, and focus on those, because what you focus on does grow, it does expand. If you're focusing on your health, focus on the strength that you see in yourself, or the flexibility that you are creating in your life, in your body. Focus on your immune system being so strong. Don't focus on the migraine that you get every day at 3 o'clock, or the pain don't get me wrong, don't ostrich it either if you need to get something checked out. But what I'm trying to say is, focus on what you want to see more of, not what you don't want to see more of. I'm trying to say it does play a big role in what we're manifesting. If you want to heal depression or recover from a depressive episode or depressive time period in your life, everyone is different, of course, and this is, I'm no therapist here, but it's important to not entirely focus on the depression all the time, or what it's keeping you from doing. Focus on, yes, of course, your validation, the experience of it, but what do you want to see more of in your life? And look at it from a way of not, oh, I can't have it, or it will never come, but more so, I can have anything, so why wouldn't it come? Like, I don't know, I'm tripping up a little there. But I wanted to show you the card that jumped out. It's Temperance. So, returning water to water. Oh God, I'm not in focus. I'm so sorry. This is why I should wear my glasses. Am I in focus now? Where are you guys? Look how convenient they are even. They're dirty, but they're convenient. Let's try this again. Okay, forgive me there, guys. Temperance, returning water to water, balance. Just trying to tap into the collective vibe here. Connecting with nature. Trying to see what because it jumped out as we were talking. Returning water to water is having enough, is knowing you have enough of the experience. All right, so for some of you, this is going to be quite physical, like your financial money or what you want to create in your life in some way. Just vibing on it for a sec. And you have to tap into, or you don't have to do anything, but I would say it's important to tap into that flow, to give back, to not just take. That happens a lot too. We're looking for advice, we're looking for the answer, we're looking for something that's going to make our decision a lot easier for us, or help it click all together, whatever it is. But I know there's an echo in here, I'm so sorry. But you have to sometimes give back to receive. You have to clear some space. So that's another thing here. It kind of ties back to the Five of Wands, the inner conflict. I want this, but I want that. I like this, but I like that. I like things hot, but I wanna be at the beach, but it's too hot. I want to do this. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not picking up the best stuff right now, but it might be the confusing energy of the collective of not knowing what it wants. That's kind of picking up on. But it's asking, I think, a little bit about making space for what you want and being okay with letting some things go. You will always be able to get more. You'll always be able to pick it up again in maybe a different way, or maybe with someone else, or maybe down the road a little bit. But there's a trust in returning something to source. There's a trust in letting go. It will always be there. You can always tap into whatever it is that you feel like you have to let go of. It makes me think of my partner. He used to, when I met him, well, he had a normal person job, a regular job. He worked for Google, but he wanted to be an electronic music producer and go on tour and all this stuff. And it just didn't work out then. It wasn't like he couldn't do it, but it was also inner conflict. It wasn't necessarily supporting what he truly wanted in his lifestyle, but it's what he saw other people do. His friends, his social circle, his homies, whatever. And it just wasn't for him then, or in that way, just right. And he had to let it go, and it was really hard for him. And I had to say, like, it's not that you can't come back to it. It's not that you can't pick it up again. Maybe it'll be under a new name. Maybe it'll be something different. Maybe it'll be a little more family friendly or something. I don't know. But it's okay to let it go. Nothing's gone forever if it's meant to be. It might come back a little different though, All right, well, I hope that message resonates with some of you. Or those messages. Alright, I'm just trying to see, I know I had some other stuff to talk to you guys about, but I'm not really coming up with it at the moment. I'm about to record as it gets a little darker, a little more quiet here. I'm about to record another by proxy healing session for everyone. This one's going to be sleep themed, so I hope that you enjoy that. The INNATE does have a track coming out soon. It's going to be a sleep and affirmation theme, longer song for specifically confidence and self-empowerment, personal power, personal will, all of that yummy stuff, authenticity. So it'll be a gentle affirmation track if you enjoy those. And I think that might be it for now. I'll do a little house tour. I'll do more stuff as I get a little more comfortable. But I just wanted to thank you so much for not only your patience with this channel, but the encouragement. I've seen a lot of comments that are along the lines of settle in because we want more videos, in a playful way. And I really appreciate that, not being pushy, but also encouraging, we're here. Ready to eat it. I'm going to eat it up. I love that. So yeah, I'll say goodbye. I hope that you enjoy the videos. I hope that this video comes out in the same day that the other one does, because I know this is more for the more core group of people here that watch even these kind of videos, because not everyone will. And just thank you. Without you watching these videos, and without those of you who I get to work with, and without those of you who are supporting through Patreon, I wouldn't be doing this, I wouldn't have been able to make this move. And words cannot express how grateful I am to have done this. It's just out of this world. It's such a big change for me, for my family, for Bamba, for all of us. And I know it's changed for the better, even though it's going to take a little adjustment. It's definitely a change for the better. So just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the support all this time. So many names are flashing in front of my face right now of who I would love to address, but I don't want to leave anyone out. It's just hope you can feel somehow the love and appreciation and gratitude that I have for all of you. who've been with me through this, like since I made my first little Reiki deer video on my MacBook, my old MacBook. All right, thank you to those in the Patreon community. Thank you to those who I've been blessed to work with. Thank you for those who I will meet soon in California and other places as well, I hope. I do also have a retreat coming up in March. So if you, again, Instagram would be the best place. It's going to be in Costa Rica, 3 nights, 4 days, more of a business themed retreat. And I have some wonderful people working on it with me. So it's going to be awesome. But from the bottom of my heart, as always, namaste.